On this week's podcast, we are talking about the art of delegation. Do we do it? Maybe. Do we do it well? Probably not. But we are going to give you some top tips, whether you like it or not. But there's also a bit of laughter. And James sings "This is how we do it." So join us. Hey, friend.
Hey, friend. My hay fever is kicking right off today. My arm. If I've got a wangy eye, sorry about that, everybody. Hello.
Need to get some
Welcome
hay
to
fever
the
tablets.
podcast.
Run out. Do you know, like you've always got that cupboard in the cupboard? No, the box in the cupboard with just
The
like
drug cupboard.
The drug cupboard, but not in a good way.
Back in the day, it used to be
Didn't
a
have
lot
any
more
in
fun.
there. Couldn't believe it.
No.
Or did you even check?
I didn't check.
Oh,
I need the eye drops though. Anyway, that's the story
Moving
for another
on.
podcast. Hey,
Moving
friend.
on. Today-
How are you? At least the fucking sun's come out though.
I know.
Finally.
Yeah. Oh,
Third,
God. James
fourth-
been going on about chemtrails all day.
Fourth day.
Trying to explain it to my dad, which was absolute classic. My dad's like the least conspiracy theory person ever.
Yeah.
So that was just like,
I'm not a
but it's
conspiracy
just a
theory
plane.
person either. I could just see in plain sight what is going
Today-
on. Look up to the skies and see.
Today we are talking about, are you ready?
Even Queen knew.
We're talking about D to the E to the L, delegation.
Never ever do a rap
I knew you were going to
again.
hate it because I've
D to the
abbreviated
E
to
to the
Del.
L.
Let's going to call it Del.
No.
Delegation.
Okay. Hayley is basically our house's version of Alan fucking Sugar.
You know what else is in my head
taken
as
on
well?
What?
This. Delegation's what you need if you want to be a business owner. I don't know why. In like the words
What
of
is
Record
that?
Breakers. I don't know. It's just been going around my head.
What was Record Breakers? A TV show?
Dedication's
Oh,
what you
Dedication.
need
Was that
if you
the
want to
woman?
be a record breaker.
Who was that? Was that Cheryl Baker?
Yeah,
Cheryl
might have
Baker.
been.
I
Anyway,
met Cheryl Baker. She came to my studio.
Yeah?
She's really, really nice.
Brilliant.
Very attractive woman
Yeah?
for her age. Well, not even for her age.
Oh, yeah, don't be
I
ageist.
saw your middle-aged eyes to go, what's your fucking problem with
Yeah.
old people? She's not old. She's very attractive.
I definitely feel middle-aged at
Making
the
your
minute.
mind up.
Lots going on in the Burt household, though,
There
eh?
is. Come on then, tell me
Taking
what's
on
going on.
a PT. Twice a week, I have to do a workout.
You do.
But because I'm so weak, basically, most of my workouts at the minute are just like stretching because I have no core muscles. So there's me in the gym where everyone's doing these like vigorous exercise and I'm just doing like a cobra stretch on the gym pad.
If you're watching and listening to this, please get in touch at Business Marriage Pod and just let Hayley know for sure that no one in the gym gives a fuck what you're doing.
No, I've said that, to be fair.
Everyone
I have
is
said
just there
that.
doing their own thing, aren't they? No one,
Yeah.
literally, no one cares.
There's always a couple that you just think, wow, you know, like they just look so good. So good. In like the little shorts. I'm talking about like girls and you're just like, oh my God.
There is like a new thing in the gym, to be fair. You can
Short.
see like gym style
Yeah.
changes throughout the years.
It's like short, like cycling shorts and
yeah,
like little
all in
tops.
one things.
Yeah.
But they've
Like
got like
Mr. Motivator wore that.
Yeah.
like, and now it's come back around.
Mr. Motivator, I follow him on Instagram. He's an absolute legend.
Is
He
he?
still does a workout every single day with his wife in the kitchen for free,
legend.
just to keep people fit. Yeah, the new style is like there's like a seam that almost like accentuates your
Seamless.
bum cheeks.
It's seamless,
It's like
yeah.
it's like everyone's just walking around with like
Yeah.
a juicy ass in the gym now.
Some people actually wear that out. My
Yeah,
friend,
I've seen
her
that.
daughter,
Yeah.
she's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but she sent a picture going, oh my God, like for fuck's sake. Like 19-year-old girls going
No.
out on the town wearing these like leotards. It's random.
We are definitely old now.
But talking about delegation, we've actually got a lot of time back now, haven't we? Why is that, James? Why are our evenings more time efficient, should we say?
Our evenings?
Yeah, what's ended?
I don't know what's ended.
Oh, James.
What?
You've forgotten already.
I
You've
don't-
fallen out of love. So if
Yeah.
anyone's into maths,
Oh my God.
Married at First Sight Australia finished last week.
My God.
And I am sad. I was very sad, but I'm also grateful to have my life back because I became obsessed. If
Yeah.
you are into Married at First Sight Australia, you will be so frustrated with the final few episodes. Jono's behaviour. Oh my goodness. I cannot stand Jono and Ellie. That is it.
Oh my God.
Done.
If people haven't watched it now, you just ruined it.
Oh,
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Awful behaviour. Lauren handled it so well. But yeah, we got absolutely addicted, didn't we, to maths?
And if you don't know what we're talking about, maths is called Married at First Sight. It's an
Yeah.
Australian TV show where people literally get
it's
married.
Not just Australian.
Well, the one that we like it. That's the
It
best
started
one.
in Australia. No, they have it in the UK.
Yeah, but
It's
shit,
really
the
good as
UK
well.
one's rubbish.
No, Mel Shillings on both, so we like both.
Yeah, we like Mel Shillings, but I don't know. But they're not shot as well as like the Oz ones. I don't think.
I haven't watched as many of the UK ones, but
Okay.
It is a show where, strangers get paired up scientifically, they marry, and then they have to live together for like 12 weeks in an experiment. But oh my God, it is just ups and downs.
One of the husbands ended up texting and getting schwerpsy with one of the other wives.
But he claimed that
Spoiler
it was
alert.
just friends, and then when they broke up a week later, they're in like a full relationship and like they're in love with each
It's
other.
like, it all happened in one night. I didn't even know Ellie. I didn't know her. We went out for drinks. We sat there for 6
But the
hours
worst
and we
case, if he
realised.
just admitted that he'd been a douchebag, then
Shitbag.
should have been like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's maths. So we've got our life back.
Spoiler alert, if you haven't finished the series.
Oh, and while we're on the
sorry.
TV vibe, because we do like to watch a bit of telly, don't we?
That's our, it's our downtime.
It's our
isn't it? It's our
downtime. We started
downtime.
watching Baby Reindeer. Oh my goodness. If you've not seen it and if you don't know anything about it, it is phenomenal.
This was a great example, actually, of a podcast being a brilliant advert for it. Because I listened to a brilliant show called The Rest is Entertainment, which is a guy called Richard Osmond, who is the clever guy in Pointless.
Yeah.
And he's also, a lot of people don't know this about him, he also writes a book called The Thirsty Murder Club, which is like a unbelievable selling book. This guy's so bright.
Yeah.
But he was one of the original team who did UK's version of
Crime Watch.
Millionaire. Who wants to be a millionaire? And he writes loads of shows.
Oh, right.
So there's like House of Cards, Taskmaster. He's involved
okay.
in that. So
All right.
he's actually been in TV for a
Yeah.
long time. But he was talking about how good Baby Reindeer was, and it made me
Oh, watch it.
want to watch it. But I'm weird, right? If
You are
enough
weird,
people
yeah.
talk about it,
End.
fine.
So yeah, enough people
If
talk
enough
about
people
it.
talk about it, I don't want to watch it.
Game
I'm
of
like,
Thrones.
yeah.
We were just like, nah. 10 seasons to catch up on. Fuck that.
But apparently that's one of the best things of all time. But
Give a
we will
shit.
never know.
We will never know.
We will never know.
Anyway, today we're talking about delegating.
Okay.
Because lots has changed. James has obviously got lots of staff members now.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the
So I'm a
office.
right old empire.
But I spent last week pretty much out of the office, running around, filming, doing all sorts of things. And I've taken on my second...
Being a busy fool, I was being a busy fool.
I've taken on my second freelancer.
You have.
So I've come to the realisation that I can't do it all. And I was at an event a couple of weeks ago, and I was watching a section, and it was actually my friend, but Siobhan Mears, shout out as always.
She's already had another shout out.
Don't
Jesus
care.
Christ.
But
I'm going to
she
start
was-
charging your mates
she
for
was
shout outs on the show.
doing- She's a business strategist, operations, and she was doing a talk, and she basically just sat there and was just like, this is it. You're either kind of like the technician where you're doing this, or you're the manager, or you're the entrepreneur, da-da-da. And it was
So
just
I'm conscious,
like,
by the way. We've just got the kids' pudding is here where my arm is. So I
Disgusting.
just realised we hadn't wiped the table.
Oh, it was like
Sorry.
when we had a roast dinner today, and then you gave me this lovely hug and just wiped all like gravy up my arm.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean
Rank.
to do that.
No, but she did a really great talk, but it made me realise that I do have an issue with delegation. Now, I don't know why, because I don't think it's that I believe no one could do it as
you're a
well as
control
me.
freak.
I think maybe I
Maybe.
am.
Oh, do you think so?
So I've obviously got another designer in, which is really, really great. And then I was like, I really struggle with time to keep up to date on my social media, which is the thing that I help all my clients with, which is the irony.
Ironic.
And then I found someone who actually, his sons go to the same school as mine. And he was like, I'd love to talk to you about that position, because I'd put it out there, hadn't I, in like a local group. And it's like...
Oh, is that how it all came together?
Match made in heaven, yeah.
Why are you doing a weird like
I don't know,
pizza
it's
hut thing?
it's like a
So thank you,
church.
Hans. Oh yeah.
So it's interesting because I've gone and found some steps that people could take when to take on their first team member. We're going to go through that, and I'm laughing because some of them I've already royally, absolutely fucked up. So
Solid.
I wanted to be so organised so that I could like really onboard properly, have it all organised, all my folders in my Google Drive, all my design files, etc. And of course, didn't happen like that. We've just sort of like got into it. Luckily, he's a bit like me where he just likes to be thrown in the deep end and we'll work it out. But already posted every day.
Good for you.
Blog's gone out. It's all good. It's all good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That onboarding thing though, how you take someone on, that
Yeah.
really is quite important,
I know.
because I've had it a couple of times, and I had one of my new social media people starting, and I got caught in horrific trap. Like I left the home at 7 o'clock. And I don't know why do I was doing like a weird Eastern European accent.
Why'd you do
The home.
that?
I don't know. And and I sat in 2 hours of traffic. So I turned up at the same time that she did.
Oh.
So Big Joe, who runs our office, didn't know that she was starting that day.
No, that's
Big Joe
awkward.
also didn't know that she'd been promised a car parking space. So Big Joe, if there's one thing that Big Joe is precious about, it's his fucking car parking
Everyone
spaces.
is, isn't they?
Because we've only got like 15 spaces for like 500 people who work in the building. So people pay like a big premium to have a car parking space. And Paul's like, oh yeah, just talk to Joe about it. I had thought I'm going to get in because Joe gets in at 7. So I was like, oh, we'll see Joe before. This will all be good. So this poor girl has gone to start. She's turned up and gone, hello.
And no one knows who she is.
No one knows who she is. She's like, hello, I'm here for my first day. Where do I park my car? And he's like, we haven't got any parking spaces.
You should be.
So I turned up at the same time, and I was like, oh, I'm really sorry about this. And he was not happy with me. He was not happy at all.
I'm not surprised.
I was like, he's like, well, she can have free for today, but that's, parking bay free, which is the shittest parking bay as well. You have to park next to a pillar between a bin.
I'd be like,
and I was going, well, I'll park in 3 and she can have my space. He's like, no. She can park in 3.
Or is it like set numbers? Oh no.
Set
Do you have like a little sign on there?
No, I should do those, shouldn't I?
Burt.
Yeah.
Mr. Director Burt. Yeah. Real
Executive. Yeah, I should do that. Oh my God, I'm so doing that.
Like gold paint round it.
I'm going to do that next week. Next week.
What a twat.
Strictly reserved for senior management.
I just hate all that wafty shit.
I could maybe come up with an acronym that just spells twat and see if anyone gets the joke. Top Western authority in technicians. Twat. Oh. This car parking space is reserved for a twat. And then
they all think it. I'm joking.
They do. And that was bad enough. And then obviously because I've got there so late, I haven't set up the computer or anything.
Oh, God.
So I haven't got email addresses, onboarding, fucking HR stuff. I just about got
even though you probably told me that you stayed late one night to get all that done.
Yeah, I was probably doing something else.
Yeah. That extra 5 hours of work you get each night. What?
Oh,
Jack and Nori, tell me a story.
This is Hayley's new thing. She tells me about. She's just like.
No, it was just one of those random weeks where James had 3 days out filming. So it was like I was
3 days out filming. Hello, she's doing 4 fingers.
I did bedtime duty every night, Monday to Friday, apart from the night that I did actually go out with my friend, which was very nice. And my mum and dad came over.
I still wasn't there for that bedtime that night. No.
Anyway, so delegation. This is for, I would say, like people that are
delegating,
solopreneurs. Yeah, but it might be your first member of staff. It might be a freelancer. Yeah,
okay.
So this is like taking on that first step. So here are a few tips. I feel like I need like a lead-in jingle.
Okay.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. It's a bit...
Keep it going.
Star Wars.
Oh my God, sorry. Before we move into this gold.
She's not ready yet.
So, it's...
That's going to be gold, by the way, guys. Stay tuned.
Bank holiday weekend.
At the time
and we live in a little village and they do this like the May Queen with the maypole. They still do that. And we went and watched it, didn't we?
Watched half it because Lou was being such a...
And actually, one of the mums from the school's daughter was the new May Queen.
New Queen.
But it was just so random, wasn't it? It was just so random. Yeah, anyway.
If you're not from the UK and you're listening to this podcast, because we have got 40 countries that listen to this podcast around the world.
What?
We were big in Czech Republic last week.
Why?
I've got no idea. We
were back in the comedy charts.
Yeah, we were.
Last
Yeah,
week.
we were like 70 in the comedy charts. Thanks, Great Britain.
Cheers, guys.
But it's like we have lots of these old traditions because we're a very old country. Yeah. We've got lots of old traditions, and some of them you don't really know where they stem from.
This was like the 101st celebration just in Chislehurst.
Yeah.
Of this May Queen.
So apparently the whole May Queen thing though goes back to pagan celebration festivities, and they would basically get
Just feels a bit like a sacrifice.
Yeah, it's like a sacrifice. That's what our local favourite coffee shop, they're like, I was going to go up there, but is it going to be like midsummer where someone's going to get a sacrifice? I was like, yeah, if you see them starting a bonfire, run like fuck. But yeah, it's just like they had like a marching band and these queens were in like a little procession.
Yeah.
And then they literally, the thing is the pagan, I think.
Around the maypole, make all these sort of patterns.
Yeah, then you get the ribbons up and down.
But then they were saying stuff that was really old English.
Yeah.
And thee shall trust thee, take me
to the slaughterhouse.
Anyway, one of the things you think it'd be really nice. It was raining.
There was
not that many people. It was, you know, when you just stood there going, come on kids, enjoy this. And Louis just like leaning into me and I'm like, get off me. And he's just like, oh, when are we going to Zizi's?
I had to wait an hour just to watch Natalia Conte do a dance with some fucking basketballs. I was like, I've had enough now, I'm going home. I got this drop and left.
I was like, no, I want to watch the dance street. I was like, nah, I'm annoyed.
Done.
I'm annoyed. Anyway, so when to take on your first team member?
Take them on before you need them.
That's not on the list.
Should be.
First of all, assess your workload. So evaluate current workload and determine whether it's becoming overwhelming. Now, I could probably have told you that about 3 years ago. It was overwhelming, so I probably should have taken on someone sooner. But if you're feeling like you're working long hours, you're feeling stressed, or you're struggling to keep up with demand, maybe consider bringing someone in.
I also think that I also think if it's they're having a stroke, fast, face, arse, sanitary towel, tits. What is it? I don't know what it is.
Fast, because I have no idea. Fast, face, arms, and you raise your arms.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Speech. Teeth. Have your teeth caved in. Yeah. Aye. Don't we? Don't we? Don't stop slagging off my teeth.
I actually want to know what the T is.
Face, arms, speech, time.
Why are we laughing about it?
It's not funny. But
right, number 2.
There you go. No. Oh. Sorry. I would also say, that's where it's time. I remember now.
Oh.
If you find yourself doing low-value, repetitive tasks, now that's not meant to...
As a mother, I do that every day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but some stuff
low-value, repetitive tasks.
Yeah, but some stuff you have to do. But in business, if you find yourself like spending lots of time like sending out invoices, or there's just lots of back and forth, it's not the thing that, like you. Like, for example, like you're a averagely good designer, aren't you?
Yeah, well.
So if you're not spending your time doing average good designs,
you miss me. Shut up.
I do, to be fair. If you're not spending your time designing, that's the stuff to outsource. So like you doing your own social media is a waste of your time because you're better off spending your time doing work for clients.
I still go on social and do the engagement. It's just having someone to help me.
Thank God, everyone is so excited. They're rushing to LinkedIn.
If you get a message from me, it's from me.
Oh,
just so you know.
Thank God it's not a bot,
anyway,
guys.
moving on. Number 2. You actually made a point or whatever. Moving on. Number 2. Identify key tasks. So identify specific tasks or areas of your business that could benefit from additional support. Focus on tasks that are time-consuming, repetitive, or outside your expertise, as these are prime candidates.
Literally just what I said. Literally what I just said.
Switched on. Number 3. Consider your growth plans.
Off me.
Think about your long-term business goals and how adding staff or freelancers can support your growth objectives.
How is your new guy going to add?
Hiring strategically can help you scale your business more efficiently and take advantage of new opportunities. Well, the hope was that I'd be able to get more out of the weeds. So more driving the projects along, still being the kind of client manager liaison, but almost like dipping.
The little task hoarder.
I
love it. I love her to climb.
No, I've gotten really good. Like my Stuart really now supports me with the kind of designing of the logos and the brand identity side. We're not there yet. Anyway, yeah. I can't remember what are you saying?
I said, how does your new guy or your new guys, how do they support your plans for growth of the business?
Don't know.
Fantastic.
Gonna find that out next week. Gonna have a coaching session and work that out.
Okay.
Anywho, consider your... No, I said that one. Number 4, evaluate your finances. Assess your financial situation and determine whether you can afford to hire staff or freelancers. Consider not only the cost of their compensation, but also any additional expenses such as taxes, benefits or equipment. See, freelancers, it is much easier because you haven't got to think about like the whole like employment, how much you got
I've
to pay,
had a great bit of advice on this though.
Oh, okay, go.
From my pal Jimbo, who employs a lot of people.
Jimbo!
He says, don't worry about the annual salary, just look at the next 90 days.
Nice.
Look at the next 3 months. Because sometimes you could look at someone, if they wanted like 50 grand, for example, you go, fucking hell, £50,000 I've got to find for just this person's salary. But actually, that's $4,000 a month.
Yeah.
Like, it's much easier. I mean, it's still chunky. Don't get me wrong. Actually, when you break that up, oh shit.
Yeah.
But actually, it's a lot easier to see it in that regard.
No, it is.
And then you go, okay, cool. But then you can see the value.
Yeah.
I'm just reverse engineering some decisions I've had to make recently.
Okay, right, number 5, start small. If you're unsure about taking on a full-time employee, consider starting with a freelancer or part-time contractor. This allows you to test the waters and assess the impact of outsourcing before making a large commitment. And that's the thing, I'm not saying, I don't know, like I like this freelancer because where I'm at now, it is much more flexible.
Music's turning to Disney.
Yeah, it's much more flexible.
Yeah.
And you can sort of like, I guess, change how much you need someone. But I guess for me, I am thinking about hopefully that I could then employ people.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah,
that is I think it's a great thing. Don't get me wrong, but I also think it is then almost like you don't really like fully go in. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a good halfway house, but sometimes you need the positive pressure.
Oh.
Like, you know, like sometimes you just need to go, do you know what, I'm committed
thing
to
is though, I've like
taking
hired
that person
like
on.
senior, that's the thing.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have been able to afford that person.
No.
So, but you haven't got like and I mean this respectfully, how do I say it without being offensive?
You're probably going to offend me.
Probably. No, not you, just the rest of the world. You haven't gone for a low salary virtual assistant in somewhere like the Philippines or India, which a lot of people do, because they're like, oh, I've got a member of staff now. Yeah, but they're $600 a month and they work remotely for, don't get me wrong, some people can make an entire company out of that sort of thing. But I think that if you're, and again, it depends on what your outcome or your goal is, but if you are thinking that you want a team internally, sometimes just taking that first step, because I've done it, sort of played around with freelancers. I had 7 at one point, dotted around the world doing different stuff. I was like, okay. And it was a lot to like juggle, but it's very different when you then go, right, that person's livelihood, that's now on me. The crippling fear when you drop to sleep at night of a load of people's salaries.
Anyway, maybe
is a true joy.
Number 6, seek recommendations. Reach out to your personal network for recommendations when hiring staff or freelancers.
So I do think, like for example, with David, who you've just found for your social media role, that was through a local group.
It was.
There is so many brilliant people that probably live within 3 to 5 miles. They're all there. They are all there waiting for little jobs. Just waiting. Maybe they're already in your road. Maybe they're already in your house.
Oh, don't.
They're behind you.
But weirdly, the people that I've ended up working with, which I find, which just is great, is someone that I went to school with. Yeah. And someone who I see at school gates, who I absolutely love. Oh, I hope this is really helpful, guys.
This is so helpful.
I've just had to redo my makeup after having a day in the garden where you delegated lots of tasks to me, didn't you?
I didn't delegate. No, I just
me picking up weeds, but I hate, honestly, the fear of seeing a spider. I
didn't delegate. You decided to do that job.
I cannot do this. Then it went from picking out the big weeds to just taking it and putting it to the end of the garden.
Because you picked out 2 big weeds.
But then we found a sledge. So Louis enjoyed taking that down. So then I was like, oh, there's a chair that needs painting, I'll do that. So I painted, and then my dad gave me one of these cool tools that just you put in the ground and it just pulls out the weeds. Oh.
You've never seen anything like it though. At one point she was like fully sat on her ass, like weeds between her legs.
Yeah,
like,
loved
I was
it.
Like,
loved it.
Oh, my back's hurting.
In nature.
I was like, your 73-year-old dad has been literally back-breaking, fucking turning this soil over for 5 hours, and you've been sat there.
Don't care.
Wow.
Did it. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, good for you.
Number 7, clarify expectations. Clearly define roles, responsibilities and expectations for any staff or freelancers you bring on board.
Yeah.
This ensures that everyone is on the same page and reduces the risk of misunderstanding. Now, I've probably already screwed that up. Because I did set that out, but maybe it's not clear. And also, he is like one of the real, like, he's enjoying it. He wants to spend extra time learning this, learning that. Whereas I'm saying to him, be mindful of your time. This is what you're getting. And he's like, oh, I don't care. Like, so yeah, I probably do need to just put in some, for like him really, so that he doesn't end up over-delivering. Which, does that sound weird that I'm saying that? But you know what I mean?
Because they've got to get a fair...
Like, I want to get to the point where it's like, this is his set time and that's it. And like, he can do his job in that and I can help.
That's also, though, if you're taking on like a full-time member of staff, that whole sort of what are they actually going to do and what are their KPIs? Because otherwise people have... it was really interesting.
Coming on to that though.
Oh, sorry. Okay, carry on.
But we are going to come on to that. Number 8, plan for training and onboarding. So be prepared to invest time and resources in training and onboarding new staff or freelancers.
Yes.
So again, that's the part I kind of missed. We sort of like did a training session. We did a session together where I showed him everything. But we're almost like, and I probably sounds like I'm making excuses, but we're almost like developing it together to work out what works best.
But again, as long as you communicate that's fine. I've got the same thing in the office with our social media.
I'm so sorry, I've been absolutely shit. I've been so busy. No, really. Of course, I'm much more professional.
Yeah, I reckon you are.
Stay flexible. Be open to
You'll
adjusting.
pull a muscle, don't.
Yeah, I'm already aching. It's that weeding. Be open to adjusting your staff arrangements as your business evolves. Mm-hmm. You may need to hire additional staff or freelancers as workload increases, or you may need to make changes if certain roles or tasks become obsolete. Wow. Stay flexible, guys.
So I had this recently when I employed, so I had two really good, about 500 CVs for a social media role. I had 3 or 4 people that were like, they like sort of made the cut, X Factor style. They've come to London for a trial day. And then 2 of them were brilliant, but one was just better than the other at designing. They both wrote really well. They both kind of understand the concept of like repurposing content, which is what we needed them to do. One just was better at designing. So that's the person who I employed and put in parking bay 3 on day 1 that no one knew about. And then I got halfway through that week and I was like, that person's just about we're going to be able to just handle the workload we've already got. But then I looked and we had 2 clients and 3 projects between these 2 clients where we hadn't been able to fully offer the service and therefore take the money from the clients we were doing because we didn't have a capacity. I was like, well, hang on a second. I know, for example, like in that regard there, I've got 7 grand's worth of, just with those clients, I've got 7 grand's worth of billable time that I can't do right now. So I've almost got, okay, the client is not guaranteed to stay with you forever. But I was like, why don't I just take on somebody else? It's actually Sam, who's my head of production. When we sat there on a Wednesday night, and he was, we were chatting. He said, "Oh yeah, so how's it? The new girl's called Jeanette. Shout out Jeanette. She's brilliant."
Shout out.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, it's a shame about the other guy as well because he seemed really cool. But I suppose, well, maybe by the time we need another person for a role, hopefully he'll still be looking." And I was like, "Well, someone like him, he's not going to be looking for very long because he's really talented." And I was like, "In fact, I should just hire him as well." And I was like, I wasn't going to tell you.
I'll show you my version of events after James finished his story.
Okay. But that was it. And then I realised, but actually sometimes when you look in the, because employing people, the process of it, the cost of it, the time of it, oh my God, it's massive.
I know. Watching you sit there and go through all the fucking CVs, like, oh, painful. I can't bear it.
So sometimes you've got to, was it be flexible? Is that the point you were making there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that be flexible thing. That actually...
Be flexible, just keep spending money.
Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep chucking it at the wall.
Is like, yeah, I've got all this work coming in. It's like, oh my God.
And I have to be
It's all amazing. I mean, there's always good workflow. But what I mean is it was like, oh my God, this is like next level. And I'm thinking, oh my God, finally. It's like, we're going to have that consistency. And then he comes home and he's like, yeah, I just took on another staff member. So I was like, okay, yeah.
Taken on 4 in the last 8 weeks.
Brilliant. Yeah, we'll just keep eating beans.
Tiny beans. That's why a little child who's 3 doesn't seem to be growing any taller because he's so hungry all the time.
Not true. And the last one, trust your instinct.
Oh, yeah, you can't beat it.
So I'm laughing at that. I did that. We watched a film last night, Ricky Sticky on Amazon Prime.
That's very funny.
It's funny. There's a guy who always does these talks, doesn't he? You know, like Obama does that kind of like...
He does the point without pointing, the finger, the knuckle point.
And this guy was doing like this. So they were saying it's like dick hands.
They were like, Tom, you're basically double dicking on stage. There's 2 of them there, Tom.
Anyway,
only funny if you see the film.
Yeah, not funny. Ricky Snicky. Trust your instincts when making hiring decisions. Look for candidates who not only have the necessary skills and experience, but also align with your company culture and values. Building a strong team starts with hiring the right people. Now, this is massive. I'm such a gut feeling person, aren't I? That when, say, like David reached out about the social media, genuinely, if I didn't think it was the right fit, I'm not that sort of person that would feel awkward being honest in saying, oh, no. Like, I just instantly knew 100%. Like, we had a meeting and I was like, his values, his ethos, his work ethic, he's
such a
fun,
lovely guy, isn't he? Yeah, he's got such a great energy.
And I was like, yeah, and same with Stuart. Me and Stuart work so well together. Sometimes creatives can be really, which is actually something I've always hated about the industry, is that sometimes creative people can be a bit arrogant and a bit like
precious.
This is my work.
Yeah.
Whereas there's none of that. We both give each other feedback. Like, he pulls me up on stuff, I pull him up on stuff. We share ideas. You know what I mean? It's really, really nice. So yeah, trust your instinct. I feel like I'm going to use it to end that segment.
Oh, is that finished?
Yeah. Oh wow, is that it?
Quickly summarise them again. Go back through the 10.
Really? So
waffled
10,
over.
assess your workload.
Yes.
Identify key tasks. Consider your growth plans. Evaluate your finances. Start small. Seek recommendations. Clarify expectations. Plan for training and onboarding. Stay flexible and trust your instincts.
This is Hayley's top 10
Thank
tips
you.
for delegating.
I think it's time for a small business shout
She's
out.
done none of those things, but that's her. That's what she thinks that you should be doing. Small business shout out. Go on then. Who are we shouting out today? Come on.
Small business. Who are you shouting out?
Well, because we always spend all of our time talking about other people's businesses. Gosh, giving away.
And we do say to you, hello, anyone listening? If you want a shout out of your business.
Yeah, we'll do a shout out. But as
no
we're
one
just going to shout
talks to
ourselves out because
No one
we've
talks to
been
us.
putting all of these episodes out.
Yeah.
Have you got any clients through this podcast?
No.
Well, a lot of people reach out about
I had one sales call who had heard me on the podcast. I've had two actually,
Okay.
but they haven't come to fruition.
So we've made no dough from doing this podcast.
No.
So today's small business shout out is me and her.
Yeah.
So if you would like a podcast, then come
Go
to
to
my
him.
company, Phonic Media, phonic.media. Hopefully by the time you watch this, there'll be a proper full website up and running. We can handle all of your podcasts. In fact, fuck it, I need a jingle.
Yes, do it.
If you would like an award-winning podcast, come across to Phonic Media, where me and my team of lovely people will help
So
you
lovely.
to align your brand message, your core values, set key objectives, and then create interesting content that aligns with your ideal target audience.
Oh my
If
gosh.
you are an expert who would like to become the authority in your space, become a thought leader, be the person that all of the sector look to for their expertise and advice, come to phonic.media. Whether you're a coach, an expert, a consultant, or just a big fat fucking egomaniac, we can look after you at phonic.media. That's phonic.media. If I keep saying it, maybe it'll stick in your mind.
Phonic,
You fucking
phonic,
sexy badger.
phonic.
Phonic.media. Stick that in your phone and fucking search it.
When you said whether you're a... I was like, where's he going with this? I'm so glad you said coach.
Even if you're an absolute coach, we can work with you. Our only prerequisite is that you can't be shit. Thank you.
Well, is it?
Apart from if you do it in your own living room at Sunday night
No, we're talking about
by
us.
yourself. Well, I was.
Anyway.
Do you want a little jingle?
Yeah.
Come on, go. Next one was a shout out. Orange Lamb.
And welcome to Orange Lamb, helping you stand out in your field through brand strategy and design. We work with small businesses and entrepreneurs to really identify their brand message and tone of voice to get them out as the experts that they are. And not only that, we provide fantastic visual identity, websites, and help them stand out on social media with well thought out content plans and graphic and design.
Still got a bit of time left. Come on.
And we are just
26
absolute
seconds.
legends, to be fair.
25 seconds. Keep
It's
filling.
like going on a fun journey to your ultimate destination. We bring out the ideas in your head and make it happen.
Keep
we
going.
hold your hand like a plug-in team. We're just there cheering you on
Plug it in.
every step of the way. If you want to work with someone that's fun, that listens, come to Orange Lamb.
Very good advert.
Thanks.
I really like that. I especially want to get involved in a plug-in team.
Plug-in.
team.
Plug in.
What have we got for us next? Come on, you were running this pod.
So I'm trying to get my hands behind my back. So now,
strapped to the chair, like a Boy George incident. Boy George, he strapped that guy to a chair, didn't he? Not that chair. Anyway, carry on. Everyone loves Boy George again now, don't they? He went for a weird period.
This is weird. Anywho.
Radiator. He changed onto a radiator.
I don't know why you know so much about this.
Do you not remember?
No.
It was so weird. Come on. Carry on then. Quick. That was number one on the day that I was born, by the way. Come on, Chameleon.
Brilliant. I feel like, how are we getting on? Oh, okay, not too many. So that was for people who are thinking about taking on that first member.
Yes.
Now this is for people.
Oh, fuck me, there's more.
This is more like tips on. Are we bored of this?
No, carry on. I don't know.
I'll skim through it.
Yeah, do.
Skim through it. So this is more how to
fucking shit myself then.
Effectively delegate.
Because the reflection here, through there is our kitchen. And there was just like a ghostly face. And I was like, oh, the window. But it's just my ghostly face.
I mean,
so
you do
fine.
look a bit ghostly. You look a bit pale. I did think that earlier. I was like, if you just had a bit of a spray tan, you'd be like top notch.
Do you know what though, guys? Omission. I've got my pajamas on.
I've got my gym trousers.
Oh, she's never out of them gym trousers.
I'll go on so fit now.
And I only wore this because this only creased from the nipples down.
Lovely.
That's my rule. As long as the nips down ain't creased, I'm in for it.
Yeah, I think we should just start fake tanning. I got some free the other day. Should we fake tan together?
No.
Yeah, let's do it.
It always just looks orange.
Let's
I've never seen a good fake
let's
tan.
Try it. Let's teeth whiten fake tan together. Let's do it.
Weird. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so this is about how to effectively delegate. I feel like I need an intro, but something a bit more.
Tell me a genre. Tell me a style.
More like I'm left in.
Any good for you?
Yeah. Feel it.
No, not uplifting. Just get on with it.
Fine. Okay, so delegation is crucial
Oh.
for the growth of small business. Here are 10 tips. Here are 10 tips.
Another 10 tips from ChatGPT. Lazy broadcasting.
What did we do before ChatGPT?
We were fucked. We were fucked. We were motherfucking fucked. We were fucked. And we were fucked. Another we were fucked. I can't believe it. We were fucked. We were fucked before ChatGPT. Yeah, we were fucked. There's more. We were fucked.
Oh my god, stop.
I'm sweating.
Oh
We were fucked.
It's my mascara all down my face.
We were fucked. Oh man, we've got to do this show live. If you'd like to come and see this show live, just
what?
DM us the word live.
I went to the Barbican with my friend Stevie the other day, and after
This is
the
the
show,
longest
he's
jingle
like
ever.
the head of lighting, and after he was like, "Come on, come on the stage." Come on the
stage.
Walk
She
on the
stepped on
stage.
there and she just did it everywhere. She couldn't believe
Walk on
it.
Stage.
Stage.
And as I was there backstage, as I was there backstage, I just suddenly had this feeling of like, this is what it's going to be like when it's Business Marriage Live.
I don't think it's ever
But
going
we
live.
need you fucking people to start talking. We need you to talk to us. Tell us your problems.
I love
Tell
it.
us if you've been a mug.
I think we're their problem.
Tell us
Right.
if you've been a mug.
Come
Give us
on.
a small business
Just-
shout out. Right. How
We've
to
got to do more
effectively
effort
delegate.
than fucking chat GPT on a Sunday night then, haven't we? If we
Right.
want people to.
How to delegate. So understand your team. Get to know the strengths and weaknesses and interests of your team members. Very important. Because it's easy, like you say, to bring someone in and then think, actually, they're not quite right for that. Maybe there's another role. It's like right people, wrong seats, or sometimes wrong people, right seats.
I can see the cogs turning there. Right people, wrong seat, right person.
Anyway, this
wrong driver, right
understanding
bus.
will allow you to delegate tasks to individuals who are best suited for them.
Oh, just do the strap line. No one gives a fuck at this
Set clear
point.
expectations, so communicate goals and objectives very
No,
well.
she's still going for the full thing.
Provide proper training. So before delegating, make sure your team members have training. You started doing training. Shout out to Sam. Isn't
I
he
haven't
doing
started
that?
doing it, yeah.
Is Sam in your
Tuesday.
office?
Yeah,
He's
he's
doing
doing Tuesday training.
Establish trust. Trust your team.
But, sorry, going back to that, I think there's so many times where the right person could be on the right seat on the right bus going in the right direction to the right destination. But if they're not given the right training to succeed, then they just won't.
Yeah.
You can't expect, as a business owner, you can sort of go, well, I just want everyone to care as much as me. No one's going to fucking care as much as you because it's your thing, right? And also, whether you like it or not, some people need guidance, they need hand-holding, and they need to know how to do the job properly. So I had a previous social media guy who I got rid of recently, although he handed in his notice just as I was about to sack him so that he could say his notice. Fair play, good on him. But he had a way of doing social media which I just didn't think worked.
Yeah.
But it's on me because I let him get down the road.
Yeah.
He had alienated clients by the end and all sorts of stuff. But again, still my responsibility. But I was like, this is how we do it. So with the new people, I was like, this is how we do it. This is why we do it in this way. Don't do it.
This is how we do it.
But anyway. I said to him, don't. This is how we do it. This is why we do it in this way. This is how we do it. And within, I like you said, this is how we do it. This is how we do it.
Have we just laughed this entire podcast?
I think we have, yeah. But within 2 weeks of 2 people doing the social media role, we'd got like 8 weeks ahead with client content. I was like, that's how you've got to do it.
Is this how we do it? Oh my God. On that note though, about alienating clients, another really important part though is that you do that, you know, like when I've worked with people that work in more like corporations and they talk about work culture and all that, and then as a small business you can almost think that it's not really relevant. But actually, like, it totally is.
Yeah.
You know, like, for me, if I was ever going to change it so that people that work with me speak to clients, like, it's a massive thing, actually, because, you know, like, how I am with clients are, like, very, like, respectful. From their point of view, I would go above and beyond. Nothing's a hassle. Do you know what I mean? Even if internally I'm like, oh, my God, like, how do I do this? Or I've got to find a workaround and it's stressful. They would never know that. Does that make sense? Never know that. And then imagine if you had someone coming in that was like, oh, what? Oh, you want that change? No. Oh, no, I'm not doing, like, do you know what I mean? You'd be like, no, that's not me. Anyway, moving on. So 3, provide proper training. I think we said that.
Yes.
Number 4, establish trust. Trust your team members to carry out the delegated tasks effectively. Micromanaging can be counterproductive. I can see that. Delegate
Some
authority.
people do need that though.
Yeah,
some people
true.
do need micromanaging, especially to start with. Don't be afraid. I think don't be afraid to micromanage to start with.
Mascaras everywhere. Delegate authority. So that's quite a good one. Delegate not only tasks but also the authority needed to make decisions related to those tasks. Empowering your team members with decision-making authority fosters autonomy and accountability.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You always know it's from ChatGPT if you hear the word foster. Set check-in points, so schedule regular check-in meetings. Do you do that? It's really important. Check
Not as often as I should.
Monitor progress, which is actually probably something, because I'm like, have freelancers, I probably don't think that that's relevant, but maybe it is a little bit to have like little check-in points.
Yeah, definitely.
Encourage open communication.
Even more so because they're working at home by themselves. Like, you don't know what's going on in people's world, do you?
Encourage, unless you're watching them.
Unless you're down the road watching them through the window.
Encourage open communication. Create an environment where team members feel comfortable sharing updates, concerns and ideas.
Dear Hayley, you're a twat.
I'll be like, cool. Do you think people can come to you with their concerns?
Yeah.
Why did you just scratch your beard?
I want to see what it sounds like.
Okay.
I liked it. Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Prioritise tasks, clearly define priorities and deadlines. You've got like a whole thing now, haven't you? Like, you use like a whole software system, don't you? That like prioritises tasks.
Northern Irish Hayley.
Whereas I was saying to you the other day, I could be like, have a really big project on and I know I need to get really into like the website build, and then small jobs will come up. And what I do is I go, well, I'll just quickly get them done.
Yeah, back them out of the way and then they're done.
Once I've done them, I can really get stuck in. And of course, those little tasks
never finish.
Suddenly, never end. Provide recognition. This is a biggie. Acknowledge and appreciate the efforts of your team members when they successfully complete delegated tasks or achieve milestones. Recognising their contributions reinforces motivation and strengthens team morale.
That's very true.
And evaluate.
Do it publicly as well. But publicly praise people. They say, don't they, like dress down in silent, or like what do they call it? Dress down. Like if you have to tell someone off, Like discipline in private and praise in public.
Oh, okay, nice.
So I would do that.
Yeah. Nice. And final,
I wouldn't have done back in the
these
day.
10
Just
tips are just so riveting. Evaluate and adjust. So regularly evaluate the effectiveness of your delegation process.
So true.
Identify areas for improvement, gather feedback from team members, and adjust your approach as necessary to optimise delegation. Delegation's what you need.
And if you're at the start of your delegating hiring journey, then just take one or two of those steps. Don't think you've got to do it all at the same fucking time, because you're never going to do it.
Do none of them.
But work out what is the most important,
Yes,
and then start doing that.
But delegating is an important thing. I got my arse whooped by my my little mastermind group, just saying you need to. You need to do it. You need to just take the step. And I was like,
I think the next thing is allowing your team to communicate directly with the clients, because you're making such a big thing of that in your head. But I think,
I know.
Why are you doing this weird singing thing?
I don't know.
But you'll, but I don't think anyone will care as much as you think they will.
No.
Especially, again, if you elevate the person as you introduce them. Hey, guys, this is Stuart. He's worked on these sorts of brands before. He's absolutely amazing. I've known him since school, actually. We've been working together. Stuart is going to be... Stuart, I don't know why I said it like that. Stuart, hello, Brian. I'm Stewie. Does he go by Stewie at all?
I've not tried it.
Try it on Monday. Try it on Tuesday. But yeah, if you empower them. See, I had a big thing about like, clients going to want to talk to me all the time. I've got a client at the moment, and I've done the sales call with them. That's it. I've done nothing towards their artwork. I've done because there's better people in my team than me at doing that.
We'll see.
So there we go.
Are we doing Who's the Mug or not bothering? So no one's written in.
No. They can all be mugs for not.
This is for you guys.
Muggy. I think you could be the mug for double chat GPT in this episode.
Sorry, I brought more to the table than you did, mate. Anyway, if you've been a mug, tell us. Come on, it can't just be us that have done something muggy pretty much every day of our lives.
We've had some great mug photos from people with their mugs.
We're going to be putting them on our Instagram, so keep watching.
What a cliffhanger. At Business Marriage Pod.
If you want to participate in the show, you can ask us a question. You can share some information about your business, and we will give you a small business shout out.
Yeah. If you've got a product or a service, if you'd like us to try it, to review it, then we will do such a thing.
If you want to come on the show, if you want to be a guest on the show.
If you work with your significant other, or if there's a link between your business and your marriage/relationship, then let us know, because we'd love to have you on.
Or if you think you can come on and just, I don't know, help us out.
Come and have a go if you think you are hard enough. Anyway, we'll see you on the next one. Ta-da, you beautiful badgers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This show is a Phonic Media production.